Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is the second episode of the 10th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it is available for in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So I feel like today is going to feel like the new season, if that makes sense, because obviously the last episode was the first episode of season 10, but it was a continuation straight from season 9, wasn't it? You know, we ended it with the kind of pre-wedding day of Leonard and Penny. You know, they was doing it proper this time with all the friends and family there. And then we went into, obviously, the first episode of this season with the second half of that where they actually did get married. And, you know, fair play to them. Family and friends was there. It went down well. You know, nobody was arguing. They thought it'd be a bit of conflict between Leonard's mum and his dad. And, you know, Stuart was actually sat in the middle of him. Felt a bit awkward at first. But then Leonard, you know, ended up taking his mum and dad to the airport. They seemed to be getting on. Lasted for about 5 minutes before they started getting on each other's throat again. But the interesting thing is, Penny looked really nice. They renewed their vows. Bernadette was the one that, you know, ordained it. Sheldon got up and said something nice as well. They all kind of hugged. It was just a happy, nice vibe going into the new season. And like I said, it to me felt like season 9, which is not a complaint. It just obviously was the episode that was kind of missing at the end. And now, obviously, I feel like today is going to be the new one for the new season and the foundation and the storylines, because obviously, like I said, the last one was continuing that one. So I'm excited for today's episode. It just feels like the first, and obviously season 10, we've got to lay the foundation and what is to come. So if you do enjoy it, please smash like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Look at this. Elon Musk has a theory that we're all just characters in some advanced civilization's video game.
So some alien kid spent his money on the asthma and glasses upgrade for me?
Well, he doesn't say it's a good game.
The Air Force contacted me about our quantum gyroscope. They want to have a meeting.
Really?
Yeah, this military guy showed up at Howard's dorm. He was terrifying.
Oh, but what did he say?
He gave me his business card and asked me to please pass it along to Howard.
You realize if the military declares our research classified, they can take the whole thing away from
We are on the precipice of becoming faceless cogs in the military-industrial complex. Isn't that exciting? Look, in Star Wars, when the stormtroopers would march in perfect formation, harassing civilians, didn't you ever think, hey, that could be me?
Well, then we could be contributing to a weapons system that oppresses mankind for the next 1,000 years.
Okay, Howard's on board. What do you think, Leonard?
You know, it's all about different morals. To be honest, I'm not too fussed. If I understand where they're coming from, and it's fair play. And like I said, it's all about opinions. You know, they don't want theirs to be used. We've said this before, to go and hurt people. I'm saying, you know, if it's going to strengthen, like I personally think, so it is just a simple way. If I had the choice between England, the UK, whatever, having military weapons and England and not having military weapons, like nuclear weapons, which would I pick? I'd pick the weapons. Why? Because I'm not saying have them to go around and bomb and kill everybody. I'm just saying, if somebody comes to attack us, why not have something there to protect yourself? There's many countries that don't have that option. Do you know what I mean? I think recently we was going through a voting system where we was trying to change our, you know, prime minister here in the UK, and the Green Party, in their manifesto, whatever, what they wanted to do is they wanted to eliminate nuclear weapons. You know what I mean? Where other people wanted to enhance it, strengthen it. I personally think that if I've got something that's going to help our country defend itself, if we get attacked, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Where obviously, if they're not, that's their morals. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anybody's right and wrong. It's all about opinion in that situation.
I'm worried about Howard. Ever since that guy from the Air Force showed up, he's been a nervous wreck.
You know, when Leonard's feeling anxious, I make him take a long walk.
Does that help?
For a while, then he comes back.
The guy from the office just congratulated me on being pregnant. One at the office did. Did you tell anyone?
No, you told me not to.
I bet it was Barbara Chen and retrovirus. She might have heard me throwing up one morning. Ever since she got that hearing aid, she thinks she's so great. Because I'm up for a major immunotherapy study, and if they find out I'm pregnant, they might give it to someone else.
Would they really do that?
I know they would. They did it to Barbara Chen last year when I told everyone she was pregnant.
That's mad, that, isn't
I
it?
Snapchat that my friends might be working on a top secret government project. Fine, I'll put it on Facebook like a caveman.
Maybe before our meeting, we should talk to a lawyer.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you must have someone in your family that's a lawyer.
Why? Because I'm Jewish? It's like me saying, hey, you're Indian. Doesn't your cousin work in a call center?
My cousin does work in a call center.
And I do have a lawyer.
Cousin's a lawyer.
We don't need Howard Howard's cousin, we have me. I'm a person who knows lots of things and likes to correct other people when they're wrong.
That's the definition of being a know-it-all.
Or in German, a Besserwisser.
Kept leaving Dove Bar wrappers around to explain any weight gain.
Where did you get empty Dove Bar wrappers?
From all the Dove bars I ate. I'm pregnant. Try to keep up. I have to go find out if my boss knows.
Well, whatever happens, we're here for you.
Thanks, you guys are the best.
Drive safe. We love you. And give us a call. Oh my God, it was
It's
me. It
her.
was me. I'm the one
I
who got
know.
her pregnant. God, I feel so bad. I just lied to her.
But you did it so well. That's amazing.
Is that really what's important right now?
Seriously, you have got to let me scan your brain when you're being dishonest so I can see what lights up. See a clump of bitch cells lighting up from here.
You know what she was saying there is that if they found out that she's pregnant, did she say that she wouldn't get put on this sort of thing that was happening? I think it's a load of BS, that, to be honest, right? I've been in a similar situation, not like that's happened to me, but when I was at university, right, I think the course was like 3 years, so we was on the course for like 3 years, and I think it was our second year, and one of the girls on there, she was like part of our group, you know what I mean? Yeah, when you go to school or uni, you don't know anyone, and then as you start going, you just start like getting little groups when you go, do you know what I mean? And you work together and help each other out. There was a girl in there called Naomi that was part of obviously our group, and 2 years in, she got pregnant, and the university literally said to her, mate, you can't finish the year and you can't finish next year until you have the baby and then you can come back. And I just thought, what a load of shit that is. Like, literally, like, what a load of bollocks, you know what I mean? So, like, I finished my degree and she was still stuck in second year, half of it. And I was like, but what's the point, though? Like, why can she not study? To me, it made no sense. I just thought it was a load of crap. And they were just like, oh, it's just like university rules. It's like, what a load of nonsense that is, you know what I mean? Like, if she's there, part of her work environment, and she's pregnant, why can't she carry on doing all these, whatever she was doing? I mean, if she's been around, like, fumes and stuff like that, that affects a baby, you know, that's different. But, like, if it's not that, and she's just doing a general day-to-day work and research, I feel like she should be fully involved. It doesn't matter if she's pregnant.
Give me a second to call my cousin.
I don't see how a tax lawyer from Fort Lauderdale could be helpful regarding intellectual property.
He lasted 2 days on Jeopardy, so he's clearly a smart guy. Thanks for talking to us.
No problem. Thanks for going to outer space, so no matter what I do, my mom will be disappointed in me.
The three of us came up with the guidance system.
Hi.
Hello.
And this is my friend Raj.
Oh, I'm not on the patent. I'm just here because there's a bumblebee in my office.
Well, I don't know much about patent law, but my advice is hear them out, offer as little information as possible, and whatever you do, don't sign anything.
If during this meeting one of us were to say, complete an oil painting, you'd recommend that we leave that unsigned?
That's not what I meant.
This must be how you practice law in Boca Raton, by saying things you don't mean and meaning things you don't say.
Hey, what brings you by?
I had to go to a sales seminar on our new sleeping pill.
Oh, how was it?
Great.
Fell asleep?
In like 2 minutes.
Confronted Barbara Chen, but she claimed she didn't know what I was talking about.
Well, I guess it's just gonna remain a mystery.
Do you think using her work computer to Google how to be a prostitute is over the line?
There was something I was too scared to tell you yesterday, and now I'm just balls out terrified to tell you. But the truth is, it wasn't Barbara Chen, it was me. No, it was an accident. I'm so sorry I lied.
Get out.
The thing is, you know, you got to say fair play to Penny for coming in and telling the truth the day after as well. And, like, it's not as if she let it fester and linger for ages. She come in and she was like, look, the reason I didn't tell you yesterday is I was scared. You know what I mean? I seen how you was and I'm just terrified. But you're my friend and I need to tell you. And sometimes, yeah, like, there's lots of situations where you can't really forgive people for doing stuff. But, like, in this kind of situation, in terms of a pregnancy, it can actually slip out. You know, like, you can be fully involved in everything that's going on with Bernadette and a pregnancy, and then people just talking to you in the day-to-day, and you was like, yeah, on Saturday we went out, you know, baby shopping, and, you know, we was getting some stuff for Bernadette, and then obviously me and Leonard, then we went to it, and someone's like, hang on, what was you doing with Bernadette? And it's like, oh, shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that you sat there gossiping. Something like that can be easily slipped out. Is if you was doing, do you know what I mean? If you spend a lot of time with Bernadette being active, and then somebody just maybe asks, like, what did you do last night? Or how was your evening? Or what have you done? Or what's the plans this weekend? You know what I mean? You can easily just, like, put it in there, not meant to be, because realistically, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that information's not out there, and obviously you should hold it, but it's not as deep as, you know, she's saying.
I understand why I can't talk at this meeting.
Because when you talk, it enrages people.
A quick question. Am I allowed to exchange pleasantries upon meeting this colonel?
Yes.
Can I use text-to-speech software?
No. Don't speak.
Aw, nuts. which one of you is the brains behind all this?
Well, it's a group effort, but I guess if we had to pick a main brain, it would be me. You're a physicist?
Better. I'm an engineer.
Where did you go to school?
MIT.
Well, hey, me too.
I should have known behind every great invention's an MIT mind. And we're interested in funding your research.
A little concerned about this being used in weapons.
Oh, well, let me put your mind at ease. What we use
It
it
will
for is
be.
none of your business. Look, guys, it's just a guidance system. It's not like you're handing us the Death Star from Star Trek. Right now, it's this big, and we need it to be this big. Well, I ran it by some colleagues at MIT, and they thought they could get it done in 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah, we'll do it in 2. And the Death Star is from Star Wars, not Star Trek. But otherwise, thank you for your service.
Howard told me you were working late, so I brought dinner.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to get some work done without people congratulating me about the baby every 5 minutes.
Well, I came to see how you were feeling, but I'm guessing still angry.
Look at me. Listen to me. I mean, the first thought when you see me isn't, that's a scientist. It's, I wonder if her mommy knows where she is. I worked so hard to get where I am, and I don't want to get sent back to square one because I'm pregnant.
I wish there was some way I could make it better.
Well, you brought me french fries, that's a start.
I got you apple slices because you're pregnant.
What kind of lunatic goes to McDonald's and gets fruit?
I'll be right back.
Mate, if you go... Do you know what I never understand, right? All these people that moan that, like, McDonald's and... Well, I'd say it's US brands like Wendy's and Shake Shack and In-N-Out, Burger King and KFC, right, are all fatty foods. You know, in the UK, you get that all the time. They have no healthy stuff. It's like, mate, you don't have to go to that place. It's literally, no one's forcing you to pull up at McDonald's or go in the drive-thru and order a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go wherever you wanted to go to eat your food. Like, if you have one establishment over there that pours oil like this consistently on somebody's food, how can you moan that that establishment does that? You don't have to go there. Nobody's forcing you. You go over there to the salad shop and pick that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never actually understand anything like that. People moan that, like, something like McDonald's or KFC doesn't have any healthy stuff on the menu, or let's supplement the Happy Meal from fries to carrots or to apples. Like, why? Just don't go to McDonald's then. If you wanted that, go to the, you know, your local supermarket, get the fresh produce and make yourself your own homemade burger with a healthy meal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, never understand anybody that complains that fast food chains or this is fattening when it's just literally a choice to go there. You don't have to, and it just baffles me. But she's right. If you go to McDonald's, you go all in. You get the shake, you get the chips, you get the fries, whatever you want to call it, the burgers. You don't supplement it to healthy stuff.
Hi.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Oh, Leonard's mad at me, so I'm making him lemon bars.
Does he even like lemon bars?
Not really.
Something happened at the meeting?
They made me promise I wouldn't talk.
And you talked?
Wouldn't see, you knew what was gonna happen. Why didn't they?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Bernadette's mad at me too.
If it makes you feel any better, a parasitoid wasp known as Ubius depressus has been rediscovered after 101 years of presumed extinction.
Why would that make me feel better?
Why would your Bernadette thing make me feel better?
I told people at work that she's pregnant. She wasn't ready for them to know.
Why would you do that?
Well, it just slipped out. I feel terrible.
See, that's exactly what happened to me. Except that I said it on purpose and I have no regrets.
Possible to get this done in 2 months?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So why did you guys even agree to the deadline?
We didn't. Sheldon did.
Funding is substantial.
But mostly there was an awkward pause, and I broke it by saying, okay.
So I guess I won't be seeing you guys for a while.
Oh, looks like it.
Wow. You're going off to work with the military, leaving me behind.
Would you stop? We're just going to be on the other side of campus.
And right here.
Why don't you apologize? I know what you did was an accident. For what it's worth, you're a great liar.
Oh, that's what Amy said. What's going on with the research project? Are they going to let you run it?
So I gently reminded him that he's an old, rich white guy, and I'm a sweet little pregnant lady who's not afraid to cry in front of a jury. I learned a long time ago when you're 4 feet 11 and eye level with every guy's crotch, that's where you punch. Do you know what? It's just a research project. The most important job in the world is going to be raising this child. You believe me? Oh, good. 11 more chumps like you will have the jury eaten out of my hand.
I never realized this building was classified.
Maybe that's because it's classified.
Is that a retinal scanner?
Howard Wolowitz, access granted.
No way!
My turn.
Leonard Hofstetter, access granted. Access denied.
No! Guys, hold me upside down.
Howard Wolowitz, access granted.
To be fair, like you would be like that if you're the type of guys that these are. You would be like that. Do you know a sick one version of that reminds me of when we watched Prison Break? Obviously, if you've not seen it on the channel, then fast forward 30 seconds because I'm about to spoil what happens. You know, it's on the channel, so I feel like I've got every right to be able to say it. But the last season when Michael's going after Poseidon, and obviously he's got his retinal scanner outside of his office, and basically, well, it's a facial scanner, isn't it? What Michael does is he gets the tattoos on his hand and he holds it up to his face, and it basically makes that guy's face, and it scans it and it opens the door. That was sick, honestly. That was really good for Michael at the time. So I can understand why these guys are getting nerdy and fanboyed about it. Now, again, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, everything's down to opinions, and I would never say that my opinion's correct, and I would never say your opinion's correct. You know, it's all about how each person morally feels. You know, I give the example of, you know, one person would think that a country shouldn't have any nuclear weapons. It's not good for the planet. It's not good for mankind. Do you know what I mean? Where, like, the counter is, you know, my personal opinion is if every other country has got a weapon of mass destruction, then you should just have one as backup as well. I just feel like in my opinion, I just feel like if somebody's got something that can eliminate you, you should have something that can eliminate them. Not that you're ever going to just open it up and use it and just destroy everybody. It's just more of having a backup, you know, having a self-defense. You know what I mean? You're not going to have an army that can go all out attack but not defend itself. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So to me, like the military is saying here, yeah, we need your machine or whatever it is, your work. However, the way we use it, it's up to us. It's not up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically the person who makes gunpowder, he supplies it, they make it, they provide it. Now, if somebody wants to get it, put it in a weapon and shoot somebody, that's not their problem. You know what I mean? That's not their problem. You know, they've just been the supplier. It's what people do with it. Like, some people can't get that part out of their head. You know, they'll feel like they're involved in the death of that person. That's what Howard is. That it seems like that's what Howard and maybe Leonard's kind of morality is. That, like, even though they've created something that's amazing, if they hand it to somebody and then they use it for bad, they feel like they're part of it. Personally, in my opinion, the way my body and human being is, I would never associate myself with that. Do you know what I mean? So if I created something that was perfectly fine, I've said it before, handed it to you, and then you went on to do bad things, I wouldn't have no moral thoughts at all that I was involved in the bad stuff that happened. Now, obviously, that's, like I said, each to their own, and I'm interested to see how they go, because although they're excited to kind of take part and work on it now, they're also scared about what's going to happen and the deadline and how it's going to be used. You know, it's going to be interesting when they're midway through or something working on it, like what they actually decide. Are they going to go full steam ahead and provide it and do it, or are they going to obviously retract to say, no, we don't actually like it? So it's interesting, and honestly, can't wait to see what they do. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, Bernadette makes me laugh, honestly. You know, everybody's scared of her, even though she is small. She's obviously, like, been in a position in her life where, like, she was saying, because she's so small and the way that she talks, people have always kind of formed an opinion on her, and she's come out fighting. Do you know what I mean? She's like a little pit bull. She's just going after everybody. If somebody attacks her, she's there. She's going it. And, you know, her boss was scared of her. Do you remember at that time? Well, Penny basically got the opportunity. She kind of, like, bombed the interview, didn't she? But because she knew Bernadette, and because her boss was scared of Bernadette, he admitted that he only did the interview because she asked, and now she's too scared to obviously say no to Penny, and obviously he doesn't tell her that he ain't got grant money, you know, for her research. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to fight, and she fights hard. It's interesting, and, you know, fair play to her to doing that. And I firmly believe, like I was saying with the, you know, kind of experience I've had with one of my friends in life, you know, that just because you're pregnant, it shouldn't mean that you're not able to do anything. Like, you'd be able to do everything, your research, your schoolwork, your university, whatever it is, up until the point where you get the baby. So, no, I don't feel like she should be taken off the project. And no, I don't feel like it should be a setback in a career either, to be honest. And if she's going down swinging, I'd be interested to see her obviously do that. And I'm on her side. Now, yeah, Penny did lie, and she's good at it as well, but years of experience, isn't it? You know, these situations where you can, little white lies, it's the deep lies that obviously you got to be wary about. But I don't think Sheldon said anything wrong really to the Colonel as well. I know they said to keep quiet, but he was basically saying a lot of things, and Sheldon kind of disagreed, and he was saying some incorrect things as well. He was referencing Star Trek and it was Star Wars, and he kind of blurted it out. And the only reason or negative thing that Sheldon actually done was he said that he had a research team that could do it in 4 months, and Sheldon said, look, I could do it in 2. Do you know what I mean? So he kind of half the time frame, which then obviously has put a little bit of stress on these potentially in the future. But I mean, I'm all for this because I've been saying it consistently. You know, Sheldon goes on that he's the smartest and he's the best, and he wants to get this Nobel Prize. But personally, in my opinion, throughout the whole entirety of the show, he's never really achieved anything. Leonard's done something that's pretty good. Howard's done something that's actually amazing. You know, even Raj has discovered stuff, you know, with meteors and comets and stuff. I can't remember, like, when he was in his office and he was doing things. But I feel like everybody's kind of done something that's achievable, and Sheldon's not really. But now, I always say it's called the Big Bang Theory, and they're obviously scientists, and they do a lot of work and research. But we don't see a lot of them working and researching at work, you know what I mean? And giving this storyline coming in and obviously giving us a potential you know, viewing of them doing something meaningful and exciting, and obviously being conflicted how they should do that with the success, you know what I mean? It's going to be good for me anyway. I'm excited for it and intrigued to see how it goes. So thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.